those of you who don't know the Wildlife Waystation, I began to receive animals from Hollywood stars. Lots of them had monkeys and cheetahs and leopards.
Okay, Eddie.
What's up?
Stop Facebooking. We have a brilliant idea. This is awesome.
The concept is really simple. The project over at the Wildlife Waystation. I got connected up here with the Wildlife Waystation through my good buddy Mitch. He also works at Nat Geo. We actually had a TV show on Nat Geo Wild.
Check it out, it's a jungle out there.
So that was kind of our little bit of a connection there. He kind of told me about the place. I came out and met Martine.
For those of you who don't know the Wildlife Waystation, I will give you a brief start how the Wildlife Waystation came to be. I came to the United States in 1965. There were no regulations in the United States about animal keeping, animal ownership, animal anything. I saw at the Pan Pacific Auditorium, which is now gone, a mountain lion being displayed in a very small kind of a chicken coop type of a cage, explaining the beauty of Idaho. I looked at that animal and watched him all day long, coming and going, and he did not release or get moved or did anything. So I said to the man, if you can't take any better care of him, we'll buy him from you. Little did I know that number one, I contributed to the pet sale market, and number two, that I was going to start the Wildlife Waystation from that beginning. I began to receive animals from Hollywood stars. Lots of them had monkeys and cheetahs and leopards. When they didn't know what to do, they would call the zoo. The zoo would say, no, thank you very much. Panic goes out. Pretty soon somebody says, didn't so-and-so marry a gal that came from Africa? That made me an expert across the board. I started receiving all these animals. My neighbors looked at me funny. I moved to the base of the Hollywood Hills. My neighbors then looked at me funny. I moved to the bottom of this mountain. My neighbors then wouldn't even come across the street. I finally found this place in 1976. We have had 77,000 animals come through our hands. We were the first sanctuary in the United States, the first people to take chimps from biomedical research. Being first doesn't mean squat, except for the fact we've had so much history, so many years of taking care of animals. Today, I'm glad to say the animals have a much better regulations in the state of California. There's a lot of states that have no regulations, and there are many, many, many more animals to save.
They have this huge pond. Really badly degraded in the middle of this facility, loaded with all types of waterfowl. We need to fix it up.
We have free-flying ducks coming here for their R&R. We've got some injured waterfowl coming in, and it's a good place for them to rehab before they can fly out on their own. This is an open air. They can come in and they can go out at will. That's what the pond was built for, to ensure that wild ducks, wild geese can come in here, get treated, get their wings fixed or their legs fixed, put in a pond, and they can fly off whenever they're ready to go.
I have a heart for this stuff. Greg Woodstock, the pond guy.
Yeah, there he is.
My heart just...
Oh, I know, buddy.
We both walked around, we looked at everything, and we said, this is the type of place that we want to help. We want to dig in, roll up our sleeves, get our hands dirty, and make a difference here. So what we try to do is we try to create systems that are as low maintenance as possible, and we don't want you back flushing filters, so our filter system that we would design, you'd clean it once a year. It's a wetland filtration system.
Oh, okay.
Constructed wetland filter.
Yeah, I understand what those are.
Super effective. We have a patented system that we created, and I've used it on ponds from 500 gallons to more than to millions of gallons.
Like this, Ed. We could help them out with this filter here, huh? Yeah, it's working. Water quality's good. It's just not necessarily the most aesthetic looking thing. A little upland wetland filter there, no problems.
We were fortunate enough to meet Ed Ballou, and we are fortunate enough that he was kind enough to also say, yes, I can help you fix the problem.
We have the upcoming project over at the Wildlife Waystation coming up in June. This is going to be considered an advanced build-upon CAC only build. In 1996, we unveiled the build-upon philosophy or concept out there, And what this concept is we had contractors coming directly to us and we showed them how to build a pond. We realized very quickly that we had tons of knowledge. We didn't have a good way to get the knowledge out to the buying base, out to the contractors out there that were actually going to be putting these ponds in. Contractors, we work with our hands. We learn from doing. So what we came up with was a build a pond class, and that was going to be working side by side with our construction crew, and we would show you step by step every little detail and every little piece, exactly what happens when we show up on the job site, when we do our overall survey, we figure out what we need, we lay everything out, we start the construction process, as well as that entire systematic process throughout the entire day. The way we look at things is very unique. Each project is a unique individual piece of art, but every single one of them follows the same philosophies and concepts. So we have an infrastructure. That infrastructure is the same for any type of a project size. So we have liner, we have a pre-filter, mechanical pre-filter or skimmer, we have a biological filter, which is our biofalls or our wetland filtration system, and then we have the entire pumping recirculating system. Everything in between is basically very decorative. So that's going to be the decorative work that you do with all the stone. This build-a-pond that we're going to be doing at the Wildlife Waystation is going to be the exact same thing.
We're only inviting certified Aquascape contractors to this build because it's an advanced build.
Correct.
So you want to be able to get it done. You want guys there that know what they're doing. They do know what they're doing if they're certified contractors. They're going to pick up a few trades working with you, working with us, working with each other. If you're not a certified contractor, there's a link below on how to become one. It's possible that if somebody fills out all their paperwork, has done 3 water features, they could be certified by the time this build happens.
100%.
So you can get certified by the time this build comes around and certainly be at Pandemonium, which is part of your certification process. The thing that I am most excited about with this build is that we are going to be doing with other vloggers. I know that Jay from Prehistoric Pets, he's going to be there. I know Paul Cafaro is going to be there. We've invited Brian Barczak. He said he wants to go. Ken and Harkin. And guess what? The last time we did one of these builds for certified contractors out in California, it was for Logan Paul. And guess who I just talked to about this build? And he said, it sounds awesome. You want to come and learn how to vlog. Not only can you interact with their top vloggers, but right after this, we're going to Anaheim and we're going to the VidCon annual convention out there, which is the YouTube convention out there. My number one thing about this is working with other vloggers and learning the vlogger thing. We don't know exactly who's going to be there from the vlogging world, except there's going to be some top guys. We also don't know exactly who's going to be there from the celebrity world.
Mitch, our main contact over at the Wildlife Waystation, he's on the board, as well as all the other people that donate money to the Wildlife Waystation are deeply connected in Hollywood. These people are animal lovers. So if they see us coming in there and assisting, helping make a better environment for all these animals, they're going to want to come and see how they can support it. And the best way to do that is to show on up, and Mitch is going to get the word out, and they want to work with us as much as possible.
So we're going to have
make this happen.
We're going to have some celebrities there because they're going to help us get some celebrities there.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you one thing. This sold it for me. Well, I was already sold because I love the animals and love everything about this. But Mitch sent us a picture with Lou Ferrigno. And if you don't know who Lou Ferrigno is, he was my hero when I was a kid as the Incredible Hulk. If I could go there and meet Lou Ferrigno, I will not only kiss Mitch, but I will be a kid in a candy store. Lou Ferrigno. Don't know if he's going to be there. He's invited, and there are going to be some celebrities there. And that's so. So we don't know exactly what vloggers are going to be there, exactly what celebrities, but you're going to meet cool people. And you know, I haven't even met Martine. You met her 2 times now. And this woman was the first woman to actually create a sanctuary for animals in North America.
1965 she started.
So just the cool people that you get to meet. You get to interact with not only other certified Aquascape contractors, meet some of the top vloggers out there, meet celebrities, maybe like Lou Ferrigno. I really hope Lou is there. It's going to be a blast. We want to cover our expenses, whether the stones, some of the materials, the food. We're going to organize the whole thing. This is what we always do whenever we do these builds.
Yep.
You said $295 a person, limit 40 people, right?
Correct.
That will pay for the advanced materials that we're going to be using for this. Correct. All of the logistics will be coordinated. All you have to do is pay for your airfare and hotel. I hope you join us. So it's June 19th and 20th. All of the descriptions in there. Only 40 people are going to go. And if you want to go and join us afterwards at the VidCon convention in Anaheim, we'd love to do it. Lou Ferrigno. I can't wait. Ed?
19th and 20th.
June 19th and 20th, we're going to be out there. Come join us. Come learn from Ed, the very best guy in this field. And let's have a lot of fun out in June in California.
I'm ready, man.
I'm really, really looking forward to that.